whips, big joints, big blunts, it's the Buckeye way. We rollin' nothing but that loud Buckeye loud pack. Let's roll up Ohio. Heavy bass hits, horns rise. Mastermind Cannabis, Ohio Cannabis Live. We here to unite. Let's light it up. Ohio where we roll high, big whips, big vibes, big joints, big blunts, Buckeye loud for life. From 216 to 614, we keep it lit. 330 and 740, we the ultimate. Nothing but that loud pack, the pride of the state. Roll it up, light it up, let's elevate. From Akron to Canton, Columbus to Dayton, Buckeye buzz so strong, there's no debating. You can see the smoke rise, we shining bright. Ohio loud, got us glowing in the satellite light. Ohio Cannabis Live, yeah, we here to stay. Uniting 88 counties in a major way. Let's roll up Ohio, let's toke and chill. Big blunts, big joints, yeah, you know the deal. Buckeye loud pack, we blazing the game. Ohio forever, remember the name. Let's roll up Ohio, we rollin' proud. You can see the smoke from space, it's that loud. From the fields to the streets, we feel the thrill. Ohio's the anthem, let's roll and chill. We on a whole new level, Ohio's the vibe. Big clouds in the sky, Buckeyes ride or die. From 419 to 513, we keep it tight. 937 and 440, we ignite. Big joints in Columbus, big blunts in the south. From Toledo to Cleveland, we lighten the loud. Ohio's united, this our time to shine. 88 counties reppin', all on the grind. Put it in a joint, light it and smoke it, Buckeye pride strong. Ohio's the focus, from I-70 to 71 we ride. Ohio Cannabis Live, keeping us unified. Let's roll up Ohio, let's toke and chill. Big blunts, big joints, yeah, you know the deal. Buckeye loud pack, we blazing the game. Ohio forever, remember the name. Let's roll up Ohio, we rollin' proud. You can see the smoke from space, it's that loud. From the fields to the streets, we feel the thrill. Ohio's the anthem, let's roll and chill. Ohio, Ohio, let's rise together. Buckeye pride, yeah, it's now or never. Big clouds, big vibes, we set the tone. Ohio's
Mic check. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I don't know why my little microphones are not working. Sorry about that technical difficulty. Welcome back to another live stream here. It's 420 weekend. What y'all medicating on? You know how it is. Sometimes you got to improvise on the fly, figure out something else later. Why these microphones ain't working? They were just working like right before. Uh, so for some reason they stopped working on me. But anyway, thank y'all all for being here on this 420 weekend. Hello, Starship, Greenbud, Tammy, and Kevin. Yeah, I know there was no audio temporarily, but there's audio now. Oh, some Hell's Bells. Okay, how's that working out for you? I've been medicating on some Fat Billy. Anybody familiar with Fat Billy? That's what I've been working on. So yes, welcome back. We would like to start out with updates on House Bill 160. Guess what? No updates because we have not heard it or had another hearing about House Bill 160 yet. If you're new to my content, please do me a favor and go ahead and do this right now and hit the like subscribe button and hit the notification bell for updates. Make sure you do this so you'll get alerted whenever we go live. You know, we go live every Friday at 4:20 exactly. Sometimes we go live at other times. If you're watching on the replay, make sure you save it to your favorite videos. So every time a new video gets added to the series, you'll get a notification on your phone or your mobile device or whatever you're using. Right now, in Ohio, the weather is looking great. However, there is a chance for some storms in central Ohio tomorrow. So make sure that you are paying attention and being weather aware. Right now, the wind is whipping here where I'm at in Columbus. It's blowing pretty hard. Let me know how the weather is doing in your neighborhood, in your area, in the comments there. And, does anyone think that House Bill 160 might just disappear, go away? Or do you think that it's still coming? I mean, I thought they might try to do something for 420 weekend, but I looked and I didn't see anything going on. Uh, nothing recently. I mean, all I see is everybody celebrating 420, and it's been mighty quiet. But I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over at all. I think there's still something coming, and we still need to be prepared for what that is. And hopefully, once we are able to, you know, find out, when the next hearing is, then we can start talking about what type of testimony. Now, I do want to remind everybody, I still am doing a town hall on May the 7th here in Columbus at the Columbus Metropolitan Library from 4:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. So there will be a little bit of networking going on at the end of that event, just so people can try to, communicate and make new contacts. We did our town hall in Cincinnati this past weekend on the 12th, and it turned out great. We had a good crowd there. We had some really good conversations going there. Shout out to Piehead Genius, to Ashley, and Trap Naturals, and the rest of the folks down there that helped put that together uh, at the Black Coffee House. And so, we're going to keep this going. If you would like to have a town hall in your community, let us know how we can help you set that up or how we can be a part of that. Email me at info@ohiocannabislive.com with the subject being town hall. I know this weekend it's going to be party. So if you're going to any 420 events, let me know about that in the comments. I also want to special shout out to the man uh, who reminded me to mention that there are some 420 events that are happening in Ohio. There is the Cloud Fest, there is the Block Party, there's also the Bring Your Lungs event in Oberlin, Ohio. There's something I believe going on in Athens. I'm not quite sure what all's going on in Columbus, but I'm sure they're doing something here. Sometimes it's hard for Mastermind to keep up with every single event that is going on. But I do know that some events are taking place for 420 weekend, and I also anticipate many more events to be taking place in the summer. So I'm aware that they're still going to be doing the Stargazer, so that's going to be happening. So as far as Ohio Cannabis Live, Ohio Cannabis Expo, we have been waiting to see what the legislation is going to be like for organizing any major events at this time, because we want to make sure that when we put our events together, that we don't have to change anything because of some legislation. So we are certainly eager and waiting for this whole thing to happen and be over with so that we can find out what type of changes we're going to be up against. We've had a preview, and I've given a lot of you the preview about House Bill 160. If you don't remember that, that's okay. It's still on my website, ohiocannabislive.com. So you're more than welcome to go back and read the post on there. It's on there. But the reality of it is, Ohio cannabis consumers face a new threat. And that threat is our own government basically making cannabis bad again and illegal again. I mean, telling you things like it has to be stored in your trunk when you go get it, and it has to be in your original packaging. But how will they know? If you grew it yourself, what is your original packaging? If I grew it, if it's Mastermind Cannabis, what is original packaging? What do they mean by that? So some of the things they're saying are just simply ridiculous, and I just don't know where they're getting these things from, but they are out there, and this is some of the things that we're faced with dealing with currently with this particular program. We still have heard nothing about the pre-rolls. We've heard nothing about the social equity program. We've heard nothing about the community fund. So these things are still in jeopardy. And I think that as I come back to you after several weeks of talking about this, I think that there's enough opposition to any changes to the amendment. It's really difficult for us to see them putting it through, because in order for them to put it through, they would have to pass House Bill 160 in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if they have the votes for that, so I can't say that they will or they won't. But definitely knowing that midterms are coming, I think they're going to be very careful about what type of legislation they put forth. So I'm wondering if they're literally going to not mess with this legislation until after recess, just to throw everybody off, have us sitting here waiting the rest of this summer. Then after summer's over, boom, they come back and try to hurry up and pass it. And then they claim that they're not going to raise the sales tax, so that's wonderful right now. But if they decide to change their mind and do it because Michigan plans on doing it, that could be our worst case scenario. At the end of the day, we have to continue to have meaningful conversations amongst ourselves, amongst other community leaders and other activists, and we have to really put our differences aside and learn how to work together for common sense cannabis reform in Ohio, because we do have some things that we need to get fixed in our program. And just for example, as a medical patient, combustion is not permitted. That should be changed, because you're trying to say that a person has to have a dual status of being a recreational user and being a medical user at the same time, consumer, and it doesn't make sense. You're one and the same. If you use it for recreational or you use it for medical, it's still the same thing at the end of the day. And so there shouldn't be this differentiating rule that says, well, if you're registered as a medical patient, you can't smoke a joint. But if you're just a recreational user, you can smoke all the joints you want. It's not reasonable. It's not logical, as Spock we used to say. If you know who Spock is, maybe that's beyond your time. But at the end of the day, we have to keep reminding people that there is an issue and that there is opportunity for public comment. And when that comes up, we want to make sure that people are ready. We also think it's important for people to share their stories on social media in some way, even if it's anonymous, to help people understand the importance of having access to affordable, legal, safe, well tested cannabis products, whether it be flower, concentrates, RSO oil, etc. And we also need to make sure that delivery does become a reality. Delivery is in the law. It was part of what we passed and voted for, so it's ours. We should have it. We should have delivery. It's that simple. But really, it's not, right? It's not that simple. I wish it was. But at the end of the day, I think that people who have been following this for some time are starting to realize that we are still fighting a battle, even though it's legal. We're still finding these pieces of legislation that they're coming out with that try to undo what people have voted for, to go against the will of the people. And we simply just cannot let that happen, everyone. And I just, I want to know y'all's thoughts about what you're hearing in your community. Hey, Jimmy, appreciate you giving out the membership there. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's something to definitely talk about and get some feedback from you all about. How do you feel about your local head shop selling other intoxicating cannabinoids? Are you okay with that? Are you okay? Do you feel it's safe and reasonable to allow gas stations to sell these things, or bodegas? Um, Do you think these products are safe? Let me know in the comments because I don't think that a business that isn't started as a cannabis business, a head shop, I can maybe see some things being okay, but you know, my thing is these places calling themselves dispensaries, and they're not dispensaries. They are smoke shops, but they're saying they're dispensaries, and they're using this advertisement as no medical card needed. I'm sure you've seen this, and I just want to let consumers know that these folks are misinformed. They cannot be operating as a dispensary. You have to have a DEA license for that. You have to have a certificate of operation from the Department of Division of Cannabis Control to be able to operate as a licensed dispensary. So if you go to a place and they claim to be a dispensary, ask to see their certificate of operation from the Division of Cannabis Control. If they cannot produce the certificate from the Division of Cannabis Control, or if they give you some weird resistance, or if they start talking shit, or threatening you, or acting weird, you leave because they are not legitimate. And whatever they're selling you, who knows where it came from? Who knows what's in it? So don't fall for the convenience of that your corner store selling joints or whatever. They don't have any legal permission to sell these products. There's just no oversight on what's being sold in these stores. There's nobody checking labels. If it looks okay, they're not worried. But yet they say they're worried about the children. So this doesn't add up. If they really cared about children, why can somebody just go in the Kroger's and grab a bottle and walk out, pay for it? I mean, is the U scan really going to check for ID? By the time they do, the kid will be out the door with the bottle. There is no control over alcohol in most markets. A kid could walk right in there. There's no one guarding it saying, let me see your ID before you go back in that beer cooler. So if we really want to protect children, we would have bigger and safer controls in place to keep kids away from alcohol. And I do believe that, the state should be offering a program to allow people to purchase lot boxes for their cannabis. And then these lot boxes could be used as a not only protection, but just as a Faraday in case something happens, that your cannabis isn't destroyed. God forbid the house burned down, a flood, or anything else. Or you got some really curious children in your house, you should be able to get yourself a discounted lot box for your stuff, something decent. Um, they should offer these type of programs. But there is no type of educational programs available other than Ohio Cannabis Live for this stuff. There's nothing for the consumers, but they want your money. Speaking of things I want to show you, how you like the new outfit? Did y'all know? Where's my patch at? Yeah, this is not a sticker. This is that new. And then see, so this is also a new hat. Yep. So we got another hat. Shout out to my guy Central Ohio Apparel. And so I'm gonna show you a couple more things that you might be interested in checking out. So we got the all black snapback. You know what I mean? Snapback. And then we've got the, this is my blue. You already know. And let's see what else. All right. We've got this long sleeve one. I mean, I feel like this is maybe too big. I could probably use this as like a banner. Yeah. But it might shrink when wash out. But this is the biggest freaking logo, right? This is bigger than the Superman logo. Like oh man. Hold up. Then I got another one. That's the front of the shirt. Real basic, right? Like no doubt what this says, right? But then on the back, yeah. like I said, I could probably use this thing as a curtain or something. It's so big. Like, let me see what's up. This is a see. This is actually a 2XL. So I'm kind of surprised. It's kind of big for a 2XL, but yeah. So if you're interested in getting some of the new Ohio Cannabis Live merch, it'll be available soon. We still, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, we got a couple different new logos that we'll be voting on too. So, you know, these logos, and I change them every so many years. So it'll be time for new logos. So we've been working on some new designs, but this is kind of like the presidential jacket. Nah, like, yeah. So I zoom back, get the whole full effect. Like, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I would love to know what y'all doing for dinner. What's your 420 plans? Remember, yeah, Jimmy been on here for a long time. Captain Green Toker got the membership. Congratulations, Captain Green Toker. Big White, you said you need a 4X. Hey, we'll see if we can do that. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, you're right, Jimmy, though. If they got pre rolls in the dispensary, that's a telltale sign that they're not a real dispensary because they have not allowed us to do pre roll. They're not selling pre rolls in the dispensaries at this time. And I want to tell y'all something, man. Like, so Mastermind is always out here looking around, monitoring these dispensaries, the prices, looking for deals, trying to figure out how we can help each other, help save people save money. And I just want to talk about one company in particular that has all of a sudden been offering deals that are better than everybody else. And I feel the need to say something about it because this has like been going on for at least a year now, and I've been rather surprised. Um, but I want to talk about a company that started out mainly up north, and they've been operating since the very beginning. One of their first dispensaries was in Toledo, and I was one of the first people to go to that dispensary. And at the time, things were not good, horrible, meaning that there was very limited. We have spoiled now. We have 100 million strains in our program. I'm not really 100 million. We'll say we probably got 1,000 strains or 1,000 products within the Ohio industry in the program. But this place ended up opening up a bunch more dispensaries more north, like Cleveland area, for example, and they didn't really have anything in my area. So my exposure to this company was mainly through their flower products. So they're vertically integrated, meaning they have a dispensary chain, they have a flower cultivation license, they're growing weed, and then they also have a processor license. That's the one I say vertically integrated. That's what I mean. It means that they're from seed to package to retail. So they can basically, control the pricing of their own product that they sell at their particular licensed dispensary. So this company is known as GTI or Green Thumb Industries. But most people know them as GTI. You might have heard of them as Rhythm or Good Green is another one they go by. Um, but over the last year, I mean, every time I had opportunity to buy something from their dispensary, the prices dramatically different, dramatically cheaper. Like I was like questioning, like this has got to be some old dirt, man. This can't be true. This the, I mean, I went to Cleveland one time and bought an ounce in Cleveland for $100, and it wasn't old. I know, right? This can't be true. It had to have been like a one-off thing. No, it wasn't. So out of nowhere, I ain't gonna say nowhere, but I didn't know that Rise decides to open up a dispensary here in Columbus, in Whitehall, a place that was against cannabis. Now they have a dispensary there. And this is the only dispensary that I've ever been to that has a clothing store in it. You go in there and get fitted up. They got a clothing store inside the dispensary. You can buy hoodies, you can buy sweatshirts, you can buy little stash bags, all kinds of interesting little things. I said, who approved this shit? They said it just came down. We just got it approved. I'm like, so I'm thinking, well, they was probably doing something special in Cleveland. We're not gonna get seen the same kind of price game here in Columbus. They're always charging us more. No, they're actually offering stuff cheap here too in Columbus. So I'm saying that to say that there are several companies in Ohio who are charging way too much for their product, way out. So Mastermind about to give you the tips of the weekend for these sales. Mastermind's tips. I love it. That's a whole new segment now. All right. Tip number one. Figure out everything you want before you get to the dispensary and order it online first. When you get to the dispensary, you will have an opportunity to check the product, meaning that you should look at the packaging, look at the harvest date, look at the package date from the harvest. They got a lot of new tricks now. Like it might be harvested in July and packaged in November. So you got to pay attention. So what you're looking for is fresher stuff. So you have to figure out what that is for you. For me, I'm not buying something that was harvested in August or July or September, maybe October. I don't even want that. So that's my cutoff. See, yours might be different. You might settle for some older weed, but just know that you buy some older weed, it's going to be dry, unless they had a Bodiva pack in it. And, the terps are going to probably be gone. Yeah. So that's lesson number one. Check, order online, get to the store, check the labels. That's step number two. Check the label. Next, you want to know what is your total right now? Are all your discounts being included? Most places do not stack discounts, so there is no stacking. But you still need to make sure the price that you're being charged is connected to what. If you're a recreational consumer, then make sure it's what you saw on your order. And if you're a medical patient or someone who's a medical patient with veteran or indigent status, you'll want to make sure you're getting your discount because your discount often may be the exact same as the special for everybody else, or it may be more. So always make sure to see if you're getting the right discount. Okay, very important because sometimes things can get confusing. And another question that come up, what if you run out of days and you're a medical patient? It's like, oh no, I used up all my days, but it's a deal. I gotta get this deal. Well, that's what. Then you can buy rec. Then you're gonna pay 10% more, but you can still do it. So let's say you max out on your days, then you buy rec. I've been there. I did it. So it does work. So, something that you may or may not know is that they supposedly limiting the amount recreational consumers can buy per day. So, I mean, you could buy an ounce every day if you like. That's 7 ounces a week, if you want to do it that way. But typically, you're not going to be able to buy more than an ounce at a time as a recreational consumer. So keep that in mind. I'm sure that this will become more lax as time goes on. But right now, it's not. But back to what I was trying to say is that, you have to be prepared for these things over the weekend because there'll be so many sale. And the reason it is on sale is because it's going to expire very soon. Like maybe on Monday, maybe on Tuesday, maybe in a week. It's going to expire soon. So there'll be stuff like buy this and get one for 10 cents, $1, a penny. Anytime you see weed so cheap it don't make sense, then it's time for you to look at how old that shit is. Take it from Mastermind. I know how to go and look at this stuff. And I say, wait, this stuff is from last year. It's probably dry, low potent, low terp, because THC degrades over time. So there's no such thing as THC staying crystally effect. The longer the weed sits, the potency will eventually fall off, and then it comes delta 8 THC. Then it's just some sleepy weed. If that's what you're looking for, have at it. So, you know, those are your Easter 420 tips. Definitely don't eat too many edibles. Don't eat too many edibles. And behave. Don't make a bad rep for us cannabis consumers. We already got enough heat as it is. So make sure you travel responsibly. Don't be riding around smoking joints and blunts in your car because you just send a Smokey a signal. Wait till you get to your location. Do not smoke and drive. There's your PSA for the day. I know some of you be doing it. Don't. Don't. So, is anybody cooking anything special for Easter? Is anybody having a fancy spatial Easter dinner? I see Mama Mastermind put another 20 in there. I appreciate you, Mama Mastermind. Ozone. Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with Ozone. You ain't familiar with Ozone, Captain Green Toker? Yeah, so Ozone is what used to be Hema. Do you remember Hema, Captain Green Toker? Hema was another one of those names that just didn't stick, and it sounded kind of, I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything, but Hema was Hema, you know, and Hema became Ozone. Ascend owns Ozone, so when you hear the word Ascend, they are a multi-state operating company. They have several. I think they have 5 dispensaries now in the state of Ohio, and their first dispensary that they got was one in Carroll, Ohio. It used to be some other. I can't think of the name of it now, but it now is Ascend Cannabis, and so it has changed names. So that's something else. Some of these dispensaries, they have been sold. The names have been changed. It's like used to be Harvest, and now it's Movino, Movino, Movino. So these names are changing. Cure Leaf used to be, I mean, Cure Ohio is what it used to be called, but now they're calling it Eden's Trees. Then they start call it Eden's Trees. Then they start calling it Moxie. So these names are just changing at random, and it's hard. It's hard to fathom what they're going to call it. I mean, they keep changing. So I just want to remind everybody before I go today that we are still doing the Cannabis Town Hall in Columbus on May the 7th at the Columbus Metropolitan Library Auditorium. Uh, Obviously, it's free to come there. What is our goal? Our goal is to help inform people about current cannabis laws the way they are right now, try to help clear up any fogginess for people. Also, to make people aware of the pending legislation. More importantly, what was already passed, Senate Bill 56, as well as the other legislation, House Bill 160, and even the other legislation that they're trying to pass in regards to hemp. And try to let people understand these things in a more simplistic way, in a more direct way, and try to answer questions about things people are certainly concerned about, such as what happened to people being able to apply for licenses, what happened to people being able to get their records expunged. These are all things that are in limbo right now, and we need to fight for these things because we have to make sure that there is a pathway for people to get their records expunged now that cannabis is legal in Ohio for adults over 21. We have to make sure that happens. And we have to make sure that the community fund remains and the communities get this money they need to help rebuild their roads and their infrastructure, their plumbing pipes, everything. Every one of these communities that have agreed to have a dispensary deserves that community money to help build their community back and make it better. Everybody. And all these people who are caught up in these different business endeavors, who are trying to hang in there or trying to do something until they can find a way to get like the door has to be open for these people. We should not be having fake dispensaries. We should be giving people opportunity to open a dispensary so they don't have to open a fake dispensary. That shouldn't be happening. The door should be open, but the door is not open. It's closed right now. And we're trying to get that door opened again by staying on top of this and making sure that everyone who's hearing the sound of my voice understands that millions of dollars are at stake right now that could be going into your neighborhood, to your community. You could be the next person who opens up a dispensary because of something you did in your past. I mean, there's all kind of ways for people to become part of the cannabis community. It is more than just being a bud tender. It's more than just being a license holder. There are so many other ways that you could become involved in the cannabis space that are just not as cut and dry as working in a dispensary or being a cultivator or being a processor or whatever. It's just mind boggling. And so there's a lot of people right now who really want to know what they need to do to position themselves to be a part of this green rush, as my brother used to call it. He still calls it that. And I'm sure you've heard that before. Because cannabis is a green rush to Ohio. We will have all kinds of increased traffic here, tourism, and so forth. So there'll be so many other things that we can benefit from that go beyond just rolling up a joint and smoking it, but the property value and everything will all go up because people will want to come here because it's legal here. So it's important that we have clear and settled legislation about cannabis in Ohio that everyone can agree to, whether it's the legislator, the governor, and the rest of the people. We need to come to something that we all can live with so that we can move forward in building our state back and making things better for everyone and getting these people out of jail who are in jail for these cannabis crimes and getting people's records cleared up and giving people the second chance they really deserve because of this failed war on cannabis or marijuana, whatever you want to call it these days, or weed. So, again, before I wrap this up, I would love to know what you're going to have for dinner. I don't know yet what I'm having for dinner. I kind of, yeah, actually, I do. She's making me a twice baked potato, and if I could just show you how my girl makes these potatoes, and this is so yummy, man. I was like, man, this we could sell this for like 40 bucks, 30. This is the potato. No, I'm joking. No, it's just stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I have to eat very carefully, and yesterday I ate very dangerously. I'm so glad I'm okay. I literally had to think and like go through a analytical process every time I eat food to determine whether or not I'm gonna get sick. And so, man, it used to be so wide open. I could just eat fried chicken and all kinds of other fatty foods, and now I can't eat none of that stuff. I mean, I have to be careful. And even like eating an ice cream sandwich, man, that could make me sick, man. I was like, this is crazy, man. It's an ice cream sandwich. So yeah, having this pancreas problem can be really challenging, and so I have stayed on top of it, and I'm still on top of it. And I plan on being at this town hall, even if they had to bring a TV in with me on it, like virtually. I don't care. I'll be there, and I expect those of you who are in the Columbus area who want to be there will be there as well. And if you're traveling from afar to come, make sure you drive safely. But again, the date's right there. You can RSVP on my website, ohiocannabislive.com/events. If you're interested in becoming a guest speaker on the show, the door is still open for you. If you're interested in becoming a volunteer reporter for Ohio Cannabis Live, the door is still open for you. If you want to become a camera person and learn how to operate a camera and do an internship with us, um, we can teach you. I can teach you because I know how to do all these things. And we're always looking for more people who are interested in doing some more stuff behind the scenes. So I want to just thank all the people on my team who helped make this easier for me. Lynette, Jimmy, Steven, Lee, and all the other people, Amanda, and I can't name everybody, but all of you, I do appreciate all the help that you have given me over the years and all the support. And I think that's what makes me able to come on here and do this live stream with you every Friday, going on now 5 years. And we are almost to 800,000 views. And I do mean when we get to 1 million, there will be a celebration. I promise you, when we get to 1 million views, we are going to turn up. I mean, we are going to turn up. Okay. So, I mean, we're going to still celebrate when we get to 800,000 as well. But I mean, a million views will be quite the milestone for me for this whole channel, for this whole platform. And we've already exceeded that on Reddit, but I getting a million views on YouTube is just as significant as getting over a million views on Reddit. And again, we just appreciate folks on Reddit having us there and allowing us to try to help keep the folks who are on Reddit in the loop what's going on with the cannabis scene so that they don't have to search all over the internet, because a lot of this media coverage we're seeing is so short, so vague, and so hard to process that we need to have this engagement opportunities where people can talk, have questions, and get information. And that's something that we're trying to instill in people, because it's really hard for people to keep track on what's going on day to day basis, what's legal, what's not. They keep changing it. Anyone in Cleveland, Kim's wigs on St. Clair's are bomb. What King Kim's wings, huh? I thought it said wigs. I might have to check that out. Are they how they prepare the wings, Big White? Are they spicy? I mean not spicy, but are they deep fried, or some places roast them, or what's going on? How they making them? You want one of the cheese channel stickers from my grow room cabinet? Yeah, yeah. Where you located at, Starship? What city you in, Starship Green? Maybe I can mail you some stickers. I appreciate that, man. Like I say, I usually have stickers on me. If you catch me somewhere, if you see me out, I always say, "Hey, Mastermind, do you got any stickers?" Because I usually have stickers in my pocket. Sometimes I forget they're in my pocket till the person walks away. I say, "Man, I wish I'd have gave that person a sticker." Okay, you're in Akron. Yeah, see, I got to get back up there because I want to do another party at Totally Baked Pizza. I be thinking about that all the time, man. That's my spot up there in Akron, Totally Baked Pizza. Uh, so yeah, I got to get back up to Akron, and there's a really cool hotel I like there as well. Battered, fried, and dipped in sauce. Oh, my stomach could not allow. It would be against the law of my stomach. Oh yeah, see, I really I had pizza the other day and it was okay, so I'm glad it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But I was still worried that the pizza was going to make me sick, because the other day I ate a Little Caesars pizza and I got sick. Subway, okay, all right then, Lizzie. It's good to see you on here. Then Lizzie been on here for a long time. She been on the channel for a long time. She's true OG viewers on here, and I'm really just glad that I get to talk to y'all every Friday, man, because sometimes it just be uh, a lot happening in one week. But what I can tell all of you is that I am certainly not in the hospital right now. Despite me not feeling the greatest, I'm still here. I'm still fighting, just like that song I keep playing on there saying. And I will be taking down some more layer cake soon, maybe in the next couple days. As you have seen the videos, the layer cake is frosty. And so we want some more layer cake, and I think what will happen probably, and I'll just tell y'all this, is that it'll be some kind of clone giveaway. Next time I do an event, I'm probably give away a clone to somebody. Because I do be having clones here. Um, so those who are growing would like to grow a mastermind clone. They do exist. They do exist, and you seen the Tropicana purple one in the video. If you haven't watched that one, go back. I also want to let you know that I did a product review on this new device called the Fun Fuse, and it's all right. It's all right. So watch the video. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you would try it out. This device is less than $200, so it's really an affordable device. So definitely check it out. And I thank all the different people who have sent me things to try out, play with. Shout out to my friends, all these different companies who send things for me to test out and play with. And like I said, if you're someone who's watching us and thinking, how could you help us grow? We do have a sponsorship program that we will be unveiling very soon, maybe next week. And our lowest sponsorship is only $250 a month. So if you want to become a channel sponsor, it's not that expensive, and we only require a 3 month commitment. So if you're interested in becoming a sponsor, all you got to do is go to email us at info@ohiocanvaslive.com and puts the subject as sponsor. Now we do have a whole platform that shows you what you would get for your sponsorship. So and we can also make adjustments to custom fit your company marketing budget, but the minimum for our sponsorship is $250 a month. We felt like that's a pretty fair sponsorship amount, and we continue to accept super chats. Again, thank you to my mastermind for putting one out there for us. Every time you donate to the channel through the super chat or even the thanks button after the stream for watching on replay, this helps keep me going because it cost us uh, a lot. Let's say more than $100 a month to run Ohio Cannabis Live the way we do, and that's still just me being here where I'm at. So it definitely uh, is an expensive endeavor to be a part of. Is to be a content creator. It does take a lot of other things that you don't necessarily see, and even this laptop that I'm using right now. I'm using this more than my computer downstairs simply because of the hardware inside this laptop is actually more advanced than the hardware that's in my desktop. So, we try to make sure that we're bringing you not only just information, but quality content and also giving you opportunity to, have your voice heard, instead of it just being a pre-recorded video that you can just comment on, we can actually hear it together, have a conversation about various things. Yeah, I know it really bothers me right now that my audio isn't working the way it should be, and this is simply due to an issue we had with our lapel mics. So I don't know what happened to them, why they did not work. It just drives me crazy that my mic's not working the way it normally does. Uh, so yeah, so I certainly apologize about that, and it's like right before the show. The audio was working, and it's still not working right. So I don't know what happened to it. We'll have to reset everything and see. So again, I thank all y'all for being here. I hope y'all have a great Easter 420 weekend. Stay medicated, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see y'all on the next live stream. And I'll have the audio